going to wear helmets, and they'll still have first downs, and it's still called a touchdown when you score in the end zone. Those things are going to stay the same. But what about these? Extra point scenario in the upcoming USFL. Scoring teams will have 3 options to attempt extra points. 1 point for a successful kick between the uprights snapped from the 15-yard line. They're snapping it at the 15. That means it's a, 33-yard extra point. It used to always be 7, but it feels like the holder sets up at 8 yards now. So a 33-yard extra point. You may run a 2-point play for a successful scrimmage play from the 2-yard line. 2 points if you score in a normal football play from the 2-yard line. Or you can go for it from the 10-yard line for 3 points. 3 points for a successful scrimmage play from the 10-yard line. You're down 9. You score a touchdown, and you can tie the game with a 3-point play from the 10. Quick vote. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh, it's way up. Way up. Love the wrinkles, love the excitement. I like it. And it's sort of funny. We're talking about baseball and how I don't like 2 rules changing there. I like this rule change. So
okay,
put me on board.
For football that happens in late April, cool. Be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to see this in college or the NFL.
Ooh.
You will if it's successful. Nobody
Maybe.
rips you off like the NFL. They rip off everybody.
That's true. How about the fact that the 2-point play might be easier than the extra point?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if in college football you could kick an extra point that was in effect a 33-yard field goal, or you could go for 2 from the 2-yard line.
If they moved the extra point back, Ole Miss would never kick another one.
You're not wrong.
Would never kick another one.
Or you could go for 3 from the 10-yard line.
Kiffin would be going for 3 so much it would drive y'all insane.
Oh, my God. It would make
y'all Ole Miss fans would lose it. Like, just kick it!
Be like Joe that sits on the 40-yard line at a state game that stands up these days and run the ball!
Yes.
All right. All kickoffs will be from the 25-yard line. No kicking team member may line up further than 1 yard behind where the ball is set. The receiving team must have a minimum of 8 players between their 35 and 45-yard lines. After a kickoff travels 20 yards, the first touch must be by the receiving team. If an untouched kick becomes dead, the ball belongs to the receiving team at that spot. You create more yet safer kickoff returns. You increase big play potential with more returned kickoffs rather than touchbacks, but you basically eliminate the opportunity for an onside kick.
Well, and they've got a solution for that as well. But I love this. The kickoff has been eliminated in football. It is. When's the last exciting kickoff you've seen? It used to be. Remember how electric the opening kickoff of a game was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now it's a waste of time. It might as well be part of the pregame rotation. Let a kicker stand out there and kick it through the back of the end zone and start the game on the 25.
Unless you kick it short to Tulu Griffin, then you got some excitement. Other than that, though.
Yeah.
But largely, I mean, you've got kickers now that just kick it through the back of the end zone, and the play is worthless. Give me something that will make the kickoff matter, while also making sure you don't have guys running 50 yards as fast as they can at each other, banging heads.
So
make it safer, but make it actually happen. Love this.
For a lot of people, the opening kickoff is time to finish mixing their drink, to get into their seat and settle in and get ready for the game. So, what about the whole onside kick thing? Onside kick versus scrimmage play. Teams will have 2 options to retain possession of the ball after scoring. The first option, a traditional onside kick attempt from the 25-yard line. From the 25-yard line. And there's no surprise, right? You have to declare what you're doing. You tee it up at, The second, so you can go onside kick from the 25.
You can sneaky onside kick.
But it's got to go 20 yards now instead of 10?
No. So after the ball goes 20 yards, only the receiving team can get it.
Okay. Gotcha.
I like it.
Second option, a running, you can run a 4th and 12 play from your own 33. If you make a first down, you retain possession. If you fail, the defense gets the ball. So you can either go onside kick from your own 25 or from your own 33, you can run a 4th and 12 play.
They've talked about this. NFL people have talked about this. It hadn't gone anywhere. The owners just vote anything like this down. But the probability, I think, is higher with the 4th and 12.
Yeah, especially because defensive pass interference, automatic first down.
Yep.
And then finally, overtime. How about this one? Overtime will be a best-of-3 play shootout. Each team's offense will alternate plays against the opposing defense from the 2-yard line. Each successful scoring attempt will receive 2 points. The team with the most points after 3 plays wins. The subsequent attempts become sudden death if the score is tied after each team runs 3 plays. The overtime period will extend until a winner is declared. I don't like that part.
I don't.
You can't go to sudden death if you don't give both teams a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go first team to score and stop the other.
Yeah.
After you get to a 3-hole aggregate.
Don't like those.
So what's your overtime rule?
You know, the first league that says, for football, it says, hey, for overtime, we're just going to play another period. And we're going to, we're going to do that. Let's just do that. Let's see what happens.
At the end of that amount of time, the score is still tied, what happens?
We're going to play another period.
Okay.
If somebody's going to die eventually, but, I mean, I don't know what else to do. It feels like that's the only fair way. I felt like the college game, the old way, had it pretty fair. And now they go into the 2-point conversion thing, which is just dumb. But the whole started on the 30. But, make them start on the 50 then if you feel like, you don't want to automatically start them in what should be field goal range for some teams. I don't know.
I think
I don't like that one, though, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, that one stinks. The college football overtime whatever you want to call the crap they put on us now.
Pre-7 overtime, Texas A&M LSU.
I mean...
which, by the way, was not the first 7 overtime game.
No,
it was just...
It was not, but...
But letting outliers dictate policy is always such a bad decision, but our politicians continue to do it, and yet our sports leaders also continue to do it. Outliers should not impact policy. College football's overtime was the best football overtime. That doesn't mean it's perfect, but it was the best football overtime. The NFL's, as we saw in the playoffs this year, Josh Allen never got to touch the ball. Flawed. This, terrible. College had the best one, and they ruined it.
The NFL's a mess, too.
There's some proposals out there to fix it. I think the Tennessee Titans were involved in one.
Yeah.
A couple of teams. We'll see if these actually go through this year. But it was...
So the one with the Titans, Borky, was it the other team gets a possession unless you score a touchdown and successfully convert a 2-point conversion?
Here are the proposals that the owners will vote on. The first one is a joint proposal from the Colts and the Eagles. Allow both teams an opportunity to possess the ball in overtime. Quite simply, both teams can touch the ball regardless of what happens.
Yeah.
The Titans rule is allow both teams an opportunity to possess the ball in overtime unless the team with the first possession scores a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion. So you sacrifice.
I prefer the Eagles-Colts proposal. Both teams get the ball regardless. Once both teams have had the ball, I'm okay with sudden death at that point. If you've got either both teams score, both teams kick a field goal, both teams touchdown extra point, both teams touchdown 2-point conversion, whatever it is. The only way both teams don't get an offensive possession is if the defense scores a touchdown while the first team has the ball offensively. In that scenario, it's game over. Otherwise, both teams get a possession in overtime. And then we can call it sudden death, but I don't think that's as politically correct as it used to be. And that's why soccer now calls it golden goal instead. Because, of course.